trying to contain it, okay? I know it's funny.
Hall of Famer! Yeah!
The greatest heavy metal band in the world, Steel Panther.
Did you get that? That was my sigh. I was sighing.
And you are going to find a rusty nail, and you're going to slit your wrist, and you're going to kill yourself. That's where you're going, Jack. You need to lighten up.
This is Stone Cold Steve Austin, right?
Yeah.
When he's driving, and you cut him off at an intersection.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
You gotta do some shrooms or something.
Have you ever seen the Attitude Adjustment? That's a move.
I'm scared because I was actually talking about the voices that I hear in my head, and I now realize we were talking about Randy Orton.
I remember when Chris Benoit killed his family and then hung himself from the weight machine. Let's do that in a match at WrestleMania.
Listen up, turn it up and rock it out. Party on, I wanna hear you scream and shout. This is real, as real as it gets. I came to your town to get some fucking respect. Taking it back to a hardcore level. You better be ready, put your pedal to the metal. Taking it back to a hardcore level. Better be ready, put your pedal to the metal. Go! Whoa, I never give in. Whoa, I never give up. Whoa, I never give in. I just wanna be loved. Whoa, I never give in. Whoa, I never give up. Whoa, I never give in. I just wanna be loved. I want domination. I want your submission.
I am Jack Peterson. I am a Jax. I'm Mr. Clean. I'm Sex Pac. I'm the man of 1,000 strongly worded wrestling opinions. I'm Pat McGee. And this week, and every week, I'm joined by the man across the internet.
You're Pat McGee, I'm Adam Cole. And I'm Phil X, and I'm Prince Havoc, and I'm Too Sweet, and I'm Mr. Predictions. And today is the day that we predict NXT and Summerslam, and you already know how I roll. You already know I'm going to beat Jack in these predictions, like every other one. To this day, 23 episodes running strong, I am still number one. I am Mr. Predictions. Yes, Jack, that's me. What are you?
Well, if you're Adam Cole, then you can bet that Pat McGee has a Yakuza kick coming straight for your skull, like he did on NXT, and like he might do at NXT TakeOver. We have a lot of matches to predict. You're Mr. Predictions. I think by the end of this weekend, you might not be able to lay claim to that title anymore. I might have to introduce myself as Mr. Predictions every single week. I might just do it, okay? Because we have so many matches coming up. All right, we have, I think, 8 matches on the SummerSlam card, 4 matches on the TakeOver card, and today we're going to predict them all. This weekend, we'll find out who had the most matches correct, and, by next week, you'll be singing a different tune, my friend.
Will I be? I will not be singing a different tune. I'll be singing the same exact tune, just heavier, because I am so good. I am Mr. Predictions. And, every week you say, oh, maybe I'll come as Mr. Predictions. But you haven't, and you never will, Jack. Get that through your skull. I know you're in Vermont right now, but I want you to understand, all the way out there, that you'll never be Mr. Predictions. Never. Dr. Predictions, yes. Yes, Urka, I'm Dr. Predictions.
Well, if you're Dr. Predictions, I promise you that by next Tuesday, I'm going to be Mr. Predictions. Predictions.
I turn up the trouble till it gets real loud. I feel so much better that way right here.
So we have 12 matches to pick.
Right.
One of them, the NXT TakeOver North American Championship ladder match, will be worth 2 points. So that's a shit ton of points that could go to either one of us. One of us could get them all. Who knows? We might agree on some of these. Most likely we'll disagree on most of them. And we're going to find out today. Well, we're going to find out this weekend who's, really the wrestling expert. I recall a couple of weeks ago I beat you really badly in a trivia contest on episode 20 on the show you were hosting. And yeah, sure, you might be beating me in predictions right now, but only by 2 points. The current score is 36-34 in favor of you.
Yeah.
And by next week, I mean, let me just say, it might be 36-34. Wait, I was going to say in favor of me, but I guess the math doesn't really add up there. Regardless, we have a lot of matches. Let's start with TakeOver, okay? TakeOver's on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's a big event.
Yeah.
NXT TakeOver XXX 30.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the TakeOver porn parody or what this is, but I'm excited for it regardless. We have
Starless on it, I hope.
yeah, I hope so too. We have 4 matches that they've announced. Usually TakeOvers have like 5, maybe even 6 matches, but they've only announced 4 of them at the moment. One of them a 5-man ladder match. We don't even know all the participants yet. We know 3 of them. And this Wednesday on NXT, we're going to figure out who those other 2 are. So we have Bronson Reed, we have Damian Priest, we have Cameron Grimes, and then the other 2 spots are either going to be, first of all, Johnny Gargano or Ridge Holland, and then the other one, Finn Balor or the sex offender Velveteen Dream. So first of all, I guess we'll start with Johnny Gargano is obviously going to beat Ridge Holland, right?
Yeah, of course. Come on.
Nobody even knows who that Ridge Holland guy is. But Finn Balor, Velveteen Dream, who do you think is winning that?
That's so hard. That is really hard. I really don't know. I'm going to take a wild guess and go with Velveteen Dream.
I kind of thought the same thing, but I don't know. There's been a lot of, I guess you could say, scrutiny towards Velveteen Dream, considering all the accusations that have been made towards him before the speaking out movement and during it.
And he got in a car accident.
He did get in a car accident, which Triple H seems to think is a more important issue than the potential sex crimes he's involved in. Because when
there's
people,
no evidence, remember?
Oh, no evidence. No evidence at all. But yeah, when people ask Triple H what happened with that whole investigation they went into, he goes, "Oh well, the investigation says that Velveteen is innocent, but by the way, he got in a car crash, so actually that's what we should be talking about." And most people are not too happy with that response. But regardless of whether it's Velveteen Dream or Finn Balor,
no.
Is it going to be one of those people? Is it going to be Johnny Gargano? Is it going to be Bronson, Damian, Cameron, any of these people? Who's winning this match? Who's taking the vacant North American title?
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest? It's as simple as that?
Yup. Simple as that.
Whew. This was my original pick. Damian Priest is a guy who gets a lot of these opportunities and kind of loses every time. So it could be his moment to shine, but it could just be another loss for him. I don't know. You don't think it's going to be somebody bigger, a bigger name like Gargano or a Finn Balor?
No. Damian Priest.
You want to expand on that point?
I love Damian Priest so much. Okay. So for everyone's information, after 22 episodes, I'm finally caught up on NXT. Spent the whole day watching it. Woke up nice, bright and early in the afternoon, and put on my network and watched WWE NXT. And I have to say, I have been missing out. It's pretty good stuff. I like it a lot. I guess some would say I'm now an NXT and AEW guy.
Oh, damn. All right. Splitting your time. I can respect it. I think that's where I've been for a long time as well.
Yeah, you've been there before me.
But you watched NXT before even I did. You just kind of faded out of it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I just fell off because it was on at the same time as AEW, and then it was like, okay, I'll watch it later, but then I never get to it. But now I got to it.
Sure.
So, yeah.
And you're all caught up. You know the Adam Cole, Pat McAfee drama. You know about this ladder match. And you really think Damian Priest is taking this title home?
I do. Urkadrick in the chat, I don't know who Damian Priest is, but that's a hell of a name, and I hope it is not wasted. He is awesome. He has really cool entrance. I gotta say, these people on NXT have pretty cool entrances. I like Damian Priest's entrance. I like, what's his name? Killer Cross.
Oh, yeah.
That's a cool entrance.
It is.
What? That's so cool. And then even the match begins, and then there's like still smoke on the ring, or dry ice, or whatever it is.
Dry ice.
Very cool.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go with Damian Priest. I'm gonna go with another guy who I think comes close to these opportunities and never really wins them. I'm not gonna go the obvious route of a Johnny Gargano, a Finn Balor, Velveteen Dream, whatever. They all have a perfectly valid chance. I could even see Bronson Reed winning the title because they want him to be like this underdog, right? Damian Priest, absolutely could be. I'm gonna go with a curveball. Cameron Grimes is taking this title.
Really?
Can you imagine this guy with his top hat, with a championship around his waist, going around gloating with his giant beard and his hairy chest, getting absolutely demolished every time he comes anywhere close to anybody, but still sneaking out with that title via some sort of roll-up or poke to the eyes?
I'm a fan. I like it. I've always loved Trevor Lee.
Yeah.
Loved him forever. he was like, he's one of the first wrestlers I met too. Freaking ICW.
Right.
Pretty cool guy. Yeah, always watched him, and now he's on NXT. Cameron Grimes with a top hat. He's Slash, and I love him.
Absolutely. I've loved him recently too. I'm sure you saw the match he had with Keith Lee, where he basically just talked shit to him and then just got absolutely planted into the ground. I love that sort of character. He talks shit, cannot back it up. It's hilarious. So I think Cameron Grimes sort of sneaks away with this title, and probably will hold it for way longer than anybody expects. But unless you have anything else to add about this match, I think we should move on to a pretty big match we've been talking about a lot.
Okay, Sebi said side question. Direct to the Phil. What feud would you restart? I have no clue. Make Penelope Ford champion, and I'm happy. That's the feud I want.
Very fair.
Penelope Ford and her championship title. Her making sure she always has it around her waist. That's the feud I want.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't she look so great with that
What
title?
about you, Jack?
Well, I honestly think I would go a similar route, but I would say, by the way, on the recording, the audio cut out for a second, so I apologize for that. What the question was what feud would you make to respark the women's division in AEW? And of course, you didn't answer with a feud; you answered with a person, which is, I guess, fair.
Well, the feud would be between Penelope Ford and the AEW women's title. The feud would be she's really trying her best to keep Baby, would be the AEW Women's Championship.
Right.
That's the feud I want.
Oh, okay. So she's feuding with the championship, or with her the potential that she could lose it. I could see that. For me, I think the feud that would save it would be Britt Baker versus Hikaru Shida, because I think when Britt Baker comes back and starts going after that title, you remember that match that they had a couple months ago that was so sick, where Britt got all bloody. If that happened with the title on the line, with Britt probably walking out with the title at the end, how sick would that be? But by the way, if she wins that title and then uses it as like the dental mirror in her dental practice there, my God, we have a wrestling revolution in our hands.
Just like the way how Paige used it for something else.
Very similar to that, yeah. I'm glad. I mean, one's more sanitary than the other, probably. But regardless, we have more matches on this card. Adam Cole, you heard of this guy?
Yeah.
He's going one-on-one with a guy who is not a wrestler. We referred to him as Pat McGee. He refers to himself, I believe, as Pat McAfee. And he's a kind of a commentator. I think he used to be a football guy or something. I don't know. I don't keep up with that shit. But regardless, he works for NXT, I guess, and he wants to get in the ring. Is this a bad idea? Is his kick going to take him all the way to a victory over the former champion? Or, I don't know, is he going to get embarrassed?
Listen, if he does good, I'm going to be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Then I might like him a little bit more. But as of right now, his face is stupid. His voice is stupid. His existence, I hate. I just don't like him. I don't like him. I don't know if I don't like him personally, or if I don't like him because he is a heel on my television. But I just do not like him. And I want to see him lose. I want to see him get his ass beat.
Oh, yeah, same here, absolutely. Sebi says he was a former punter for the Indianapolis Colts. And Sebi, we don't really use that word anymore. It's very derogatory towards women, actually. So appreciate if you kept it out of the chat.
What, Colts?
No, the other one with the P. So,
Indianapolis?
I think Adam Cole is taking this match, though. Do you think Pat McAfee has a chance of actually getting a victory here?
No way. Unless the Undisputed Era jump Adam Cole, and now Pat is the new leader of the Undisputed Era.
Do you think that's going to happen?
It could. It's wrestling, man. I'm missing predictions. I'm saying it here first. You heard it here first.
Really? Okay, so you're just going McAfee?
No. I'm going Adam Cole. Of course I'm going Adam Cole.
Well, I don't know. You're just you would make that kind of weird, bold prediction, though.
Oh, no way.
I feel like I kind of like it, actually.
That's too bold.
Fair enough.
That's not even bold. That's idiotic.
It is a little idiotic, but I'm not. That's not new coming from your end. But so we have this match: Adam Cole, Pat McAfee.
Perfect. Because I'm missing predictions, and
for now,
on paper, doesn't lie. I've been winning. I'm on a 22-week winning streak. I deserve a championship. Someone give me a title.
Well, speaking of titles, we have a couple of title matches to predict. Io Shirai defending the women's championship against Dakota Kai.
Right.
I've kind of liked this feud. I like both of these people. Dakota Kai, I've really been liking recently as a heel here. I don't know what happened to her manager. I feel like she hasn't been coming out with Raquel Gonzalez, right? But regardless, she's been doing some cool stuff. Her fucking kicks and knees are brutal. She absolutely just starched Shirai when she kicked her in the head that one time. Almost as good as Pat McAfee's kicks. But do you think Kai has a chance, or is Shirai just gonna? It's like an easy defense.
She's retaining.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything else to say about this match? I feel like this is just another chance for Io to move a little closer to, being considered a long-term champion. She'll probably get a match with Rhea Ripley down the line. That'll be an actually tough match. But there's nobody who can really measure up. Nobody really is on the level of Io Shirai. There's a lot of great women in the division in NXT, but none of them feel like they could actually beat her.
Yeah. I mean, I love Rhea Ripley, though. I want her to beat her.
Yeah, but she was already champion.
I know. I want to be champion again. I missed her reign because I wasn't watching.
Oh, right. That's your fault. But
That's not my fault.
But
I was too busy watching Nia Jax. I mean, not Nia Jax. What's her name?
Nyla Rose?
Nyla Rose, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure you regret that choice. So we have another title match, too. This one might be a little harder to choose. Keith Lee is defending against Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross hasn't been around for very long, only a couple months. He destroyed Ciampa. He's beaten Dijakovic. He's beaten who did he beat? Danny Burch, Oney Lorcan. I don't know. He's beaten a lot of people who are pretty high up, but he's really not even. He never really earned this title match. He kind of just rocketed right to the top and was like, "I'm going to take the title match," which makes me think. I don't know. It feels like it's too soon, but at the same time, I don't see him losing. So this isn't AEW. This isn't. Let's push a huge guy to the world title and then have him lose. I feel like there's a good chance that Keith Lee could be a Johnny Gargano type of champion or a Sami Zayn type of champion.
I'm scared of this because I don't know, dude. I really don't know. This is hard. This could be my downfall. No, there'll never be a downfall for me when it comes to predictions. But
Sure.
I would maybe have to say, Killian Cross. I don't know, dude. I want to go with Cross.
You want to, yeah.
Because he's way cooler. Because he was a hitman.
Right.
He used to be a hitman in real life. He used to be a hitman. This is not a work, people. He
I've
used
heard
to be
this.
a hitman. That's so cool. And he's with the amazing Scarlett.
Yeah, of course.
He has a cool entrance.
Mm-hmm.
A super cool entrance. He's big.
Right.
He's big. Yeah. Johnny Knockout would like him because he likes big sweaty men.
He's a big sweaty man. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But so is Keith Lee.
Yeah, that's true. But Keith Lee's more wide.
Right. Stocky.
Oh, you're frozen. Yeah, Keith Lee is more wide. But yeah, Keith Lee's awesome. I don't know. I would want Cross to win though. It's almost an emotional pick for me, because it's like I want to be like, okay, I'm gonna go with Cross because that's who I want to win. But realistically, would Keith lose the title that fast? But then again, I don't know. You go first.
Yeah.
Cross. I'm going Cross. I don't know.
What? Wait, am I going first or what?
I don't know. Go. Oh my god.
So, all right. If I put it to you this way, all right. Keith Lee is a guy who last year, almost a year ago at this point, was like on fire. He came into Survivor Series, right, and fought Roman, and he was huge. And people on the main roster who didn't know, people who were just like main roster fans and didn't really know much about NXT, knew Keith Lee because of all these performances. He was in the Royal Rumble, right, and he did all this shit. And yet he was only North American champion. And a lot of people were saying that he should be higher up than that he should go straight for the NXT title. He finally did. He won it without even losing his North American title, vacated the North American title. So how shitty would it be if he lost right now on his first defense, or second defense, I guess, and he would be left with no titles because he vacated the other one?
Oh my god. Yeah. I don't know. This is so hard. Why do people say that a wrestler is buried after they lose one match? I don't know, Coyote. Don't listen to Twitter. Everyone on Twitter is mentally ill. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win this. Oh my god. This is so hard. Cause it's like no way they would do Keith dirty like that. I mean, he could win it back, but like, they're gonna do it to him? I don't know. Then again, Rey Mysterio lost the WWE title in like a minute.
True.
Things happen.
These things do happen. We've seen two, like I mentioned before, we've seen two different NXT champions lose the title in their first defense. We've had Sami Zayn and Johnny Gargano, but Keith Lee is, physically much larger than them. I don't know if that plays a factor in it, but he's also a good guy champion who got a big emotional victory like those other guys. And I don't know, it could be the same scenario where he loses it right away, but he could just hold on to it. I mean, it's the main event, so on a pay-per-view, a big pay-per-view, SummerSlam weekend, not a good chance that this match ends in any kind of DQ or any kind of no contest. But
Yeah,
I don't know. You never know.
Especially in the new thing, the
Right.
the
Thunderdome?
Tokyo Dome or whatever.
Yeah, the Tokyo Dome, yeah.
Yeah, Thunderdome.
Yeah, the Thunderdome, I mean, it's...
Oh man. I'm sorry. I don't know if I cut you off. It's like your internet is broken. Go
yeah, I know
talk.
it's broken. I know it's
Pick.
broken. All right, I'm just... Fuck it, I'm going with Cross.
Same. I have to go with Cross.
You have to go with Cross?
I can't not go with Cross. I won't be able to sleep at night if I pick Keith Lee.
All right, so we both got Cross. And you're sure about that pick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty confident, but I could honestly go either way. So at this point, these 4 matches on TakeOver, we agree on 3 of them. The only one we disagree on is actually worth 2 points. So it could still end up, this could have any sort of deciding factor with the predictions game, but it's only one match we disagree on. So it's going to come down to that title match.
Who knows? What if it comes down to 1 point, and then that 1 point from TakeOver?
Yeah. Puts me over the
Actually,
top.
man.
Could happen.
Probably won't though. Hey, Boulevard Bullies.
I have
What
a
is
feeling.
that? Is that a guy on the moon?
What are you talking
Is that a
about?
wrestler on the moon? He put a little emote.
There's an emoji
Emoji.
in the chat with a wrestler on the moon. Okay, for the podcast listeners, that's what that was. So we, I have a feeling there's going to be moments during this weekend where I cut ahead of you in the predictions. Possibly then you cut ahead of me and we go back and forth a little bit because there's a lot of matches. So it'll be a very high stakes, high drama, nail biting weekend of predictions game.
Edge of the seat.
Edge of the seat, yes. And in that spirit, let's move on to SummerSlam. We have 8 matches. I actually wrote down 9 matches here because I think I thought that AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy was happening at SummerSlam, but they just announced it for SmackDown. So for whatever reason, they're not putting the title match on the pay-per-view. I don't know what's going on there, but
Weird.
it's probably not worth picking, right? Because it's probably going to be Styles who wins, and it's not on the pay-per-view anyway. So I'll get rid of that one. But other than that, we have 8 matches. I want to start with the Universal title. This is the third match between these two people, former friends, right? Bitter rivals. Braun Strowman, The Fiend Bray Wyatt. Finally, it's The Fiend against Braun Strowman as opposed to the Firefly Funhouse version or the Swamp version of Bray Wyatt. And I don't know, man. This is a tough one. First of all, what do you think of the storyline with Alexa Bliss being involved and all this shit? I don't know. I liked it at
my
first. I'm
God.
not so sure.
Oh yeah, of course you don't like it. No, this is so cool. Oh my God, I love this type of stuff. I like reality TV. Reality TV is my favorite type of TV besides professional wrestling. So this I like. There's a girl involved. There's love involved. Dude, They had Alexa talk about it. She's all shaken up and like, oh, we get along so well, professionally and personally. Oh, and then she was like, well, didn't they actually, could it evolve into something romantic?
Right.
And she was like, I forgot what she said. But, this is crazy. And then Bray goes after her, and then Braun is like, I don't care about her. I don't care about that stupid broad. That's what Braun said, and I couldn't believe my ears. And this is insanity. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. This is so hard. I think I want to go with The Fiend, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, no, it's weird because this was a very clear heel versus face match going into it and throughout this whole feud that's been going for months and months. But now at this point, Braun Strowman, he basically attacked Alexa Bliss in one of the most awkward, weird attacks that I've seen in a long time. He just kind of picked her up and twirled her around. I don't know what was supposed to be happening on SmackDown. Like he was going to attack her. He was going to throw her out or something. I don't know, man. It's weird. It feels like he's a little bit of a heel now, and that makes me kind of root for The Fiend, to be totally honest. I never cared about Braun Strowman that much, but now he doesn't even seem like he's a good guy, so I don't know what I'm supposed to think here.
Braun hits girls? Oh my God.
Well, he picks him up and twirls him, at least. I don't know. It wasn't even an attack. If he'd attacked her, it would have been interesting, but he didn't do anything.
How did I miss this? What? Oh my
Did you
God.
watch SmackDown?
I was probably doing something. I did. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I think I was out the room or I don't know, getting food or something. I don't know.
From the chat, at least the Fiend didn't pay her $400 on Cameo only to get rejected. And that's a good point.
Yeah.
That sounds like something Strowman would do, to be honest. But I don't know. Does this affect your appreciation of this feud? Does this at all affect who you think is going to win?
What, the twirling of Alexa?
Yeah. Her being involved at all.
It makes me think. I don't know who's going to win this. I really want to go with the Fiend. Because it's like, is the Fiend really going to get beat? But then we have Goldberg. But then again, does Goldberg really matter? Goldberg being the Fiend is one of those things where like it doesn't matter. It just really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like we all forgot about it. We just took that out of our heads because it was just so stupid. That if Goldberg came back and won the title, I'd probably stop watching WWE. Probably not. I don't know.
Well, we're going to get to that, actually. We that's coming up later in the episode. We're going to be talking about what might make us stop watching WWE.
Yeah.
But for now, I don't think Goldberg is going to have anything to do with this. I did hear today that he actually has like 4 matches left on his contract, which is very confusing to me. So he is going to come back at some point, which I'm definitely not happy with. But
that type of contract?
I guess he does.
That's crazy. I didn't even know.
But spread out over the next couple of years, even. So these matches probably won't even happen anytime soon. Regardless, who's winning?
The Fiend.
The Fiend? You think so?
Sure. Yeah.
The Fiend?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can see it. I might want to go the same way. I don't know. It's tough. I feel like I would hate to see the Fiend lose again. I think this makes sense for the Fiend to win because Braun is kind of mentally unbalanced at this point, and that's how the Fiend wins is by getting you fucked up. Like that's how he beat Seth and stuff like that. But I don't know. It feels like it's all a vehicle for Roman Reigns to come back and beat whichever one of these guys wins. No matter who wins, I think Roman just beats them at some point in the next few months whenever he comes back. So it might not matter, but I think I'm also going to go with the Fiend.
Awesome. Wait, where has Roman been? I don't even... It's kind of like, it's funny because with wrestling, it's like people will leave and then you don't really notice.
Right.
And now you bring it up, I'm like, yo, Roman hasn't been there in a while. Where's he been?
Well, it's because he's got cancer. He's worried about corona.
Oh, he's still dealing with it?
No,
but worried about corona. I see.
He's immunocompromised. Okay. He's like, if he gets it, he might die. If he gets corona because he had cancer, so he's worried about it. Like Kyle O'Reilly left for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, okay. But he'll probably be back pretty soon. And he'll probably go after the Universal title and probably win it, to be honest, unfortunately. But I don't know. We'll see. We got a lot of other title matches to get to. The Street Profits. This feud's been kind of interesting. They're defending their Raw Tag Team Championships again, like they did back around WrestleMania time, against Andrade and Angel Garza. I don't know. Do you care about this match? I feel like it could be a cool match. The poisoning thing, I don't know. It's fine, I guess, but do Andrade and Garza have do they have a chance of winning the titles here, even though they've kind of been like breaking up?
This is hard. This I'm really looking forward to. Let me tell you, brother. Let me tell you. This I'm looking forward to. That's crazy. He really got poisoned. He was gone. He was just like almost dead. That was wild. That was weird. I love the Street Profits with all my heart. I love Garza and Andrade with all my heart as well. I'm a big Angel Garza fan. I already know he's going to be a star. Mark my words, all right? But, oh, my God, I don't know who I really want to win because I love both teams so much. It's going to be a really good match, though. Another reason I'm looking forward to it, Raw Talk. Yesterday on Raw Talk. Last night on Raw Talk, Street Profits were on there. Montez Ford cut like some crazy promo. He was like yelling and stuff. And I was like, oh, my God, Summerslam. I can't wait. I like wrestling. And it was very fun. It got me extremely hyped for the match. Also, another thing about Raw Talk, they didn't have Charlie and R-Truth. disappointed me. I don't know where they were, but R-Truth and Charlie are perfect on Raw Talk. R-Truth is hilarious. Charlie is amazing. They feed off of each other well.
True.
Don't know why Byron Saxton was there, and
Ew.
forgot the other girl's name. Yeah, dude, it was Byron and some other girl. It's not really some other girl. It's a girl that we know, but I can't remember her name. But
Is that girl from The
I was
Bachelor?
like, wait, what?
You know that girl from The Bachelor who keeps showing up? Was it her
Oh,
again?
that's where that blonde girl. That's where she's from. The Bachelor.
Yeah, The Bachelor. Yeah, she's apparently I
watch
guess she's from The Bachelor, and they've had her on like every Raw in the last month. It's a little much.
I thought she was Garza's wife. I heard he got married.
He did get married to somebody, not Charlie Caruso, not this girl from The Bachelor. He's married to somebody completely different. But no, I think
Really?
I think she's somebody from The Bachelor, and they're having her basically be like, like the sort of dumb hot blonde girl who just is crushed on by every guy in the locker room, I guess. Is
Basically, yeah.
Okay, all right, fine.
Thank you, Ivor.
Yeah.
Grabbing the turkey leg. That was pretty funny.
Okay, Raw tag team titles. I mean, ultimately, who are you picking here? Street Profits or the bad guys?
Oh, I was so caught up on the kale and the teeth, I forgot about we were doing a freaking prediction right now
Yeah.
for this match. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna go Angel Garza and Andrade, even though I love Street Profits so much.
All right,
It's so hard.
Yeah.
I feel like they have to be tag team champions. I feel like they have to. They have to win it. As much as I want the Street Profits to win, I mean, I want them both to win. I want both teams to win. I'm just gonna go with, like, as a I don't know, as a wrestling, I don't know, journalist. I don't know the word for it. As Mr. Predictions, I'm gonna go with Garza and Andrade.
Interesting. I could see this. I could see this going either way. I could see them winning. I'm gonna go with the Street Profits because I have a different prediction of what's gonna happen here. I think potentially we do see more of Andrade and Garza breaking up, but more importantly than that, I think we need babyface tag team champions because I think the next tag team champions are going to be Retribution.
You're right. I'm gonna go with the Street Profits.
No, don't change your pick. Come on,
it
I
makes
have
so
my
much sense.
genius
It makes
shit.
too much sense.
Oh, come on, you're
It
changing
makes
it.
too much sense. It's too perfect.
But
Unless Retribution goes to SmackDown. Who are
Right.
the tag team champions on SmackDown?
well, it's Nakamura and Cesaro. But it could be anything. I don't know.
Another heel.
Yeah, they might not even
I
go
don't
after
know.
the tag titles. Like, who knows?
This is so hard. This is stressful.
It's
This is
stressful.
stressful at times. Oh my god. Okay.
You gonna go for
All right.
Andrade and Garza, or are you gonna change your pick?
I'm gonna go with Andrade and Garza.
Okay, cool. So we disagree on the first match here on SummerSlam. And let's move on to a match we'll probably agree on. Seth Rollins, Dominik Mysterio, street fight. I love this storyline. It's great. I'm excited to see Dominik in the ring. He was pretty cool when he interfered in the Mysterio Lesnar match at Survivor Series. So I feel, and he seems to be pretty athletically talented, I guess. I think this could be cool. The kendo stick stuff was brutal. But yeah, it's got a good chance of being a good match, but really, realistically, Dominik's probably not got a chance against Seth, right? Despite some technical problems on my end, in the lighthouse I'm currently staying in, thanks to Erica Jerk, on an island in the middle of the ocean, practically, I figured out how to use my computer, at least for now. So we're going to get back into the SummerSlam picks, and I apologize for any issues we might have had. Most of them will be edited out of this episode so that you don't even have to deal with them, like I did, and like Phil did, and like the chat did. Whatever. Seth Rollins, Dominik Mysterio, street fight, who's winning?
Seth Rollins. Come on now.
You think it's as concrete as that?
Oh, of course. Very concrete.
Well, Seth
It's
beat...
steel, it's concrete, it's iron, it's copper, it's everything, Jack.
Sure, but Seth beat Rey Mysterio, so do you think maybe it's Dominik's chance to pay him back?
No way.
Okay, all right.
No way. You think that little twerp is going to be Seth Rollins, our Monday Night Messiah? Messiah?
He totally could. I mean, he beat He beat his own hair when he bleached it blonde at age 5 in the front row of SummerSlam 2005. But I don't know. Who am I to say? I think Seth also wins. So fuck. Let's just go Seth Rollins, both of us. Another match we agree on. Another match in the hole. Let's move on to Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville. Hair versus hair. Somebody's getting their head shaved. Who is it?
Sonya Deville is getting her head shaved.
Yeah, you're completely right. Because Sonya already cut some of Mandy's hair, right? It's a little shorter.
Yeah.
So, and Sonya Deville also seems like somebody who would shave her head. Mandy Rose would not, because she's got the whole model thing.
Honestly, Sonya will probably. Oh, my thing. Honestly, Sonya will probably look like a real badass.
Yeah.
With like her head shaved.
She absolutely could. Mandy would not. It would look very strange. I saw somebody did an edit I think on Instagram. They edited, buzz cuts on both of them. And Mandy's looked very off-putting, and Sonya's looked pretty accurate because she's got the whole fighter gimmick.
Were we looking at the same one? I thought Mandy's looked great. Mandy looked like Amber Rose.
Right. I'm not gonna say that's a bad look, but I'm gonna say it's not an ideal. I think Mandy Rose, how she is right now, a little bit better. The superior Rose, if you will. I'm going Mandy Rose to win this.
Yeah, I'm going Mandy Rose too, dude.
Okay, well, we might not disagree on too many matches here. It'll come down to some big money matches like the Raw Tag Team titles or the North American title match. But, honestly, we got 4 matches left to pick, and these might shift the tide, if you will. These might turn the tables because at this moment, I don't know. I'm a little bit conflicted on all 4 of them. So, I don't know. Let's start with the U.S. title. Apollo Crews, MVP. I mean, the thing about this match, Apollo Crews and MVP already fought. They fought on Raw. Apollo Crews won clean. And now they're having another match again for some reason. Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley are banned from ringside. So, where do you go? Does this mean automatic win from Apollo, or is there something else afoot?
I think it's 2 feet, really.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
Let me think here. Boulevard Blues in the chat. It's true. We only care about Phil's wrong predictions. Sebi Copper's soft, Phil. Sebi, you're soft. And then Sebi in the chat. Sonya is a lesbian, so it works better for her. Okay.
Okay. I like, by the way, I figured out one of your many crutches. You're practically a whole hospital in here, but one of your crutches is just reading the chat messages until you figure out what to say next. I like it. I respect it.
Thank you.
But have you come up with an answer?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. Oh my God. I'm gonna go with MVP.
Really?
I'm gonna go with MVP. Or, dude, what if Cedric and Ricochet, Richard. What if they cost him the title, and then it's like he's mad at them, and then he joins the Hurt Business? I'm going with MVP.
Oh, you think they might cost Apollo the title by accident?
Yeah, I feel one of them is gonna go. One of them is gonna go to Hurt Business.
This is my prediction. I'm gonna say, all right, start to finish. I have this all planned out. I know what's gonna happen, and this is gonna happen, and you can't tell me any different. Okay, this is what's gonna happen. So since the Hurt Business is banned from ringside, they come out, they try to interfere anyway, and then Ricochet and Cedric and like Ali, they come out and they're like, stop them from interfering, and then they come down at ringside to cheer on Apollo, and right when it looks like Apollo's got the match won, Cedric, the guy who has been referred to as a sidekick to Ricochet, and who has been propositioned to join the Hurt Business many times, and who just recently was shafted from that 6-man tag match. He either goes in the ring or something, costs Apollo the title on purpose, gives MVP the win, and hoists him up on his shoulders, and we have a new member. I think that's the way it's going. And Coyote Omega says, can we agree that Jack is the Lars Ulrich of FightGeist? I don't know specifically what that reference means, but I'll take it as a compliment. I doubt it's a compliment.
I think that's kind of an insult.
Is it an insult?
It might be. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think.
Well, I'd love a further explanation on that, but what I'm going with is Cedric. Cedric absolutely costs Apollo the title. I think a heel Cedric would be kind of cool.
Yeah. I gotta agree with everything you just said there. Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. I think it's perfect, especially with their whole backstage segment, and afterwards Cedric was like, and he throws a bottle.
Yeah.
I think you're right. That's scary. Because it's like, whoa. Is it going to be Cedric? Is that really going to happen? And then there's
Right.
Apollo Crews is just going to be back in catering, and he's going to be nobody again without his title that he's holding on to. This is the type of rivalry I want between Penelope Ford and her title.
Right.
It's perfect.
I could definitely see that. So are we both rolling with MVP and we both think it's going to be a betrayal?
Yeah, we're going with that.
All right, wow. We agree on way more of these matches than I expected. Way more
This
than
is
we probably
weird.
have ever agreed on.
Yeah.
We do have 3 more matches to go. We might disagree on these matches. I don't know. But Sebi does say that Lars Ulrich is the 4th best drummer in the Big Four of Thrash. So I guess that makes me the 4th best host out of who?
Who would be the Big Four of wrestling podcasts?
Well, definitely not us. But we're the Big Four of
we
quality
are.
ones.
We're Metallica.
We're Metallica.
Boulevard Bullies. They mentioned catering like a million times tonight. Yeah, they really did. Catering. I hear it all the time.
Maybe catering has something to do with this match. So maybe MVP is losing. He decides
A
to go
catering
back.
match.
He grabs a whole plate of or maybe a pie. Like you remember back with Kevin Owens getting hit with a pie, and he hits Apollo with it, and that's how he wins. Or Cedric and Ricochet, instead of coming out to fight off the Hurt Business, they actually come out with a bunch of catering food, and they bring it straight to Apollo and feed him in the match so that he doesn't, get an empty stomach and he doesn't start to get weaker in the match.
Ooh, what if Apollo's eating like this plate of pad thai noodles, right? With
Right.
maybe some I don't know, some spicy maybe some spicy sauce, right? Let's say he's eating some pad thai with some hot sauce, right? And then MVP comes around and takes it from him and takes his food, and he leaves. And Apollo's like, "Oh man, well, my food, what happened?" And then they're having a match. And you know what happens? MVP knocks out the ref, goes under the ring, takes the pad thai that he was eating, throws it in his face. The hot sauce goes in Apollo's eyes, and he loses to his own food
Oh,
from
shit.
catering.
No, that's got to be one of the most controversial, thought-provoking finishes in a long time in wrestling. I think that'll probably happen, something along those lines for sure. I'm really glad you didn't go the racist route because I know you like to. But with all the
That's
foods you could have
mainly
picked,
you, but all right. I mean, you're in Vermont right now, and I'm in the Bronx, so that says a lot.
does it say a lot?
It definitely says a lot.
Okay, fair enough. We've got 3 more matches to pick here. 2 of them basically count as the same match because Bayley and Sasha Banks are both defending their championships on SmackDown and Raw, respectively, against the same person, Asuka. I like this style, the way these matches were set up. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. The same person challenging for 2 different titles in the same night on different brands, even. I think my initial instinct to say Asuka walks out with both titles, but she just won on Raw. She beat Bayley. She's beaten Bayley like 3 times in the last month. She won that Battle Royal. She's gotten a lot of victories lately. Could it be she just gets squashed, or does she win one title, or does she win both? I don't know. What happens?
Ooh, that's hard. Sasha and Bayley win.
So, you think they're both going to win?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's very interesting. I didn't expect you to say that, but also I kind of did because for some reason you like picking these guys even when it doesn't really make that much sense. It's paid off for you in the past, so I will say that.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Time out. Sebi in the chat. Reading the chat. FightGeist is Slayer. Messy's fuck, but still consistent. Okay, I'll take that.
So we're the Slayer of
Bullies,
wrestling podcasts?
We're Slayer. We're the Slayer of the Big Four.
I'll take it.
Yeah. It's wild that they have Lashley and Sheldon as MVP sidekicks, and not the other way around. Sucks so hard for both of them, Sheldon especially. That's kind of true. Boulevard Bullies, it has to be food from catering. Coyote, I would consider the Big Four as something to wrestle with. The Jim Cornette experience, 83 weeks in Vince Russo's podcast.
So if those are the Big Four
what?
of wrestling podcasts, what are the Big Four that are not hosted by wrestlers though? Because those 4 are quite popular. First of all, personally, I hate all 4 of those podcasts. They're unlistenable to me. I also don't like the people who host
Jim
them.
Cornette experience? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, Jim Cornette, Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo, and Bruce Pritchard are 4 wrestling personalities who I dislike in terms of their booking and their, them personally, but the podcasts I personally think are also pretty garbage. But okay, what are the big four? I want to ask the chat. What are the big four that are not hosted by wrestlers? Because
The big four is
I think we're on there. You know.
the big four is us, the whole effing show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't listen to
Busted Open probably.
Busted Open is open.
Oh, and Shot of
It's
Wrestling.
hosted
Shot of Wrestling.
by what do you call it? Bubba Ray. And I
Well,
like
he's like
Busted
the
Open a lot,
co-host.
actually.
I don't know if it counts.
I think it counts. Oh yeah, dude, OSW Review. Yeah, Coyote and Megas at OSW Review. I've been watching them for years. They're the coolest people. You know OSW Review?
Yeah, OSW Review. Yeah, I've seen a couple of their things. I think that there's another guy who kind of fits in with the big four, who's a guy we've been talking about recently as somebody, I don't know, somebody who, if we had our way, we would take him out of the business. Have you heard of this guy JD from New York?
Oh, yeah, I heard that guy.
I think he
sucks.
gives New York wrestling fans a bad name. Not just because of the recent Alexa Bliss controversy, but this is a guy who consistently and constantly you like that? Consistently and constantly. He is the internet guy, if that makes sense. Every opinion he has is something he's rehashed from anybody he sees on Twitter. It's
Basically,
all the most
exactly.
anti-WWE, the most pro AEW, the most like pro a handful of people who the internet loves, and anti the people, I guess people like Roman Reigns and stuff like that. He has no original opinions at all. He's not a charismatic host. I hate the guy, and of course he does commentary for House of Glory, so that's another couple minus points.
God, I hate House of Glory. House of Glory sucks. Only two good things House of Glory had were freaking Young Bucks and LAX, and Matt Travis, rest in peace. But yeah, JD from New York sucks. Fuck that guy. He is just a piece of trash. He is just like a live walking wrestling Twitter, and he's just horrible. And to really get the sense of what wrestling Twitter is, everyone should go on Instagram, look up Boulevard Bullies, BLVD Bullies, and look at one of their memes that shows Keith Lee opening the contract of death with the fireball in his face, and it says, "When you open up wrestling Twitter," and that's the perfect meme. I think that sums it all up perfectly.
Absolutely. There's a great account on Twitter called Wrestling Struggle Tweets, and they post basically the worst opinions of wrestling Twitter, and it's hilarious. And that's a good example of basically what JD thinks on a daily basis. So Bill Rebel is asking the chat who my big four would be in terms of these podcasts. I would go with FightGeist. No, I would go with JD, unfortunately, because he's well known. I would probably go with OSW Review. I would go with TWFS, but I don't listen to them anymore. We've talked about this before. And
Yikes.
I might say What Culture. I don't like them either, but I think they're probably up there. In terms of quality, I have a totally different list. We might have to address that separately. But I think we should get back to these picks, though.
We should.
You had Bayley and Sasha both winning their matches.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm gonna put 2 points on the line here, and I'm gonna say Asuka wins both.
Wow. Okay.
Wouldn't that be interesting though if Asuka walks in with no titles and with the golden role models being so confident, and she just walks out and beats them both clean?
Not gonna happen.
You don't think so?
I'd break down.
I know you.
I hope my face will be on the Thunderdome because I'll just shed tears right in front of everyone in the Thunderdome.
We've got to get on the Thunderdome, and not only do we have to get on the Thunderdome, we have to make sure to get our logo in there somewhere so people see us, or bring some signs that say "Check out FightGeist," something like that. Yeah. And anybody else who's watching right now, if you can get on the Thunderdome, I don't know how this is going to work. They haven't really explained it, but apparently virtual fans can get in there. If you can get any kind of FightGeist related propaganda in there, we will be forever indebted to you. Yeah. And let's turn the Thunderdome into the FightGeist Dome, I think. But so also they announced Payback as an event that's happening a week from when SummerSlam happens, which is very weird to me, but it's
perfect.
Is it perfect?
It's how it should be. It's Payback. Payback should be after the big pay-per-view, and it being a week after the big pay-per-view is just even cooler because it's like, oh wow, are these people? Because it's like, think about it. It's like if you had Payback like a month, like 5 weeks after the big pay-per-view, right?
Right.
Some things might die down. Some storylines might die down. But if something crazy happens at SummerSlam, it's like, oh, next Sunday, they get the revenge, possibly. And there's still so much hype behind it. You know what I mean? Because it just happened. Like, everything's just happening. I'm a big fan of it. I don't think there's ever been a week of WWE, like a Raw and SmackDown that's directly after a pay-per-view and right before a pay-per-view. Like, that's going to be interesting. And it's going to be at the Thunderdome. I'm very, very happy.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. And they've already announced that Bayley and Sasha are going to be defending their tag titles at that show. I feel like it might be... We all have expected for probably a year at this point. I don't know how long they've been together, but it feels like a year. That they would break up at any point, and one of them would betray the other, and they'd feud. So if they both lose their titles at SummerSlam, and then they lose the tag titles at Payback, that might be the nail in the coffin that their relationship needs to both revitalize whatever feud they have with each other, and also, to actually cause the breakup to happen. So that's my prediction right now, is that they lose all 3 titles within the next week.
That's wild. But yeah, that could be their downfall, though. That's true.
Right.
Oh my God, I'm still going with Sasha and Bayley. What else in the chat? Why are there so many WrestleTube channels with British people? Yeah,
True.
I don't know.
And the British ones are the worst
Vengeance.
ones too. You know.
What is that?
The British ones are always the worst ones too. They're just the most insufferable ones. But regardless, let's get to the main event real quick. We are running out of time at this point, and we need to get to this main event. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton. I am loving this feud. I have been loving Randy Orton recently, as I know you have as well. I'm liking Drew McIntyre. He was on my bottom 5, as I assume most of you know, a few months ago. But at this point, I've been liking what he's doing, and I love the Legend Killer stuff. I don't like bald Shawn Michaels, but I can live with it. I don't like when they shut the lights out when Randy Orton punts Flair in the head to make it very obvious he didn't really kick him, but I can live with it. The feud is good.
No, it was Retribution.
It must be Retribution, yeah, of course. I like the feud. It's really cool. These two guys, it could go either way, I think, in this match. And whichever way it goes, I'll probably be satisfied with it because something cool will happen. Who wins this match?
Randy Orton, the Legend Killer, the Viper himself, is gonna win this match. Randy Orton, the greatest professional wrestler our modern eyes have ever seen. He's gonna win this match, and he is gonna go on a reign like none other. This is gonna be the best title reign known to man. This is gonna be up there with, I don't know, other good title reigns. That's what it's gonna be up there with.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, unfortunately, for the sake of the drama, for the sake of us disagreeing on a lot of matches this weekend, unfortunately, there aren't too many we disagree on, but here's another one that we don't disagree on. Randy Orton's absolutely winning this match, and I think it should be very cool to see what happens from then on because, I mean, we haven't seen Edge get his win back. I think this could be Edge's latest title reign. I think when he comes back from injury, he might be the one to beat Orton for that title. And I would, of course, love to see that, the Edge mark that I am.
Dude, I love Edge to death, but it's like, I don't want him to come back yet and go for the title. Like, I want Randy to have an awesome feud. An awesome reign. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it'll be a while before Edge is back because he is pretty, I wouldn't say severely injured, but it's an injury that will take some time to heal. So I don't know. Yeah. I think it'll be a while, but maybe, I assume by Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble, maybe he'll be back. I don't know. And maybe he'll start going for that title. It could be as late as WrestleMania that he ends up actually going for the belt, though. I could see him winning the Rumble and going after Orton at WrestleMania next year.
Imagine Orton keeps the title all the way to Mania.
Could happen.
That would be amazing. Oh my God! Oh no! Boulevard Brothers in the chat. Not Cena comes back and beats Orton.
Honestly, I would appreciate that. I would like that.
It would be interesting though. We haven't seen him in a while, so I would be kind of happy. But he has to cut his hair. John Cena has to cut his hair. Yeah. And he has to come out the way he did when me and you were at WrestleMania, and he talked about nuts, and he was doing his whole world life thing. That was fun.
Sure. Boulevard Boys also says that Shawn Michaels has aged worse than any other human in history other than Michael Jackson. And I certainly hope that
God.
Shawn Michaels doesn't go the same way as Michael Jackson. But if he does come out in Jeff Hardy Victory Road style next week, I think we'll know the exact career trajectory he's going. It's a sad state of affairs for Shawn Michaels.
It's weird because it's like, dude, you watch 98. You watch 1998. And then 99, right? Whatever. And then you blink and it's 2002, 2003, and it's like, wait, what? That's Shawn Michaels? And the next thing you know, it's like, he's looking old, and it's 2007, and it's like, wait, what happened? What happened? Only 9 years ago he looked amazing.
True.
Now what happened? I don't know. It's weird how he aged.
Hey Phil, I hate to break it to you, but time does work on a continuum, and people do get older.
Yeah, but
so.
I mean, he aged. I mean, look at Angela Bassett. She just turned 62, and she looks absolutely amazing. All right. It's just crazy how fast Shawn Michaels aged. It's weird.
It's true. Talking about so SummerSlam and TakeOver, they're happening this Saturday and Sunday. TakeOver, SummerSlam, and we didn't disagree on as many matches as I expected. We disagreed on only 4 matches on this in both shows, and there were 12 matches to pick. So we're going to be picking up probably a lot of points that don't put each other, one of us ahead of the other. We're going to get a lot of points, I assume, from matches we agreed on. But there will be some matches that one of us will get advantages. It could be me passing you. It could be you creating a wider margin. We have the TakeOver ladder match. I picked Cameron Grimes. You picked Damian Priest. That one's worth 2 points. We have the Raw Tag Team titles. You picked Andrade and Garza. I picked the Street Profits. And the 2 women's titles matches, I picked Asuka to win both. You picked Bayley and Sasha to both win. So that's a total of 5 points. If one of us gets all of them, that's huge. If one of us gets some of them, still could be big. Tune in next week and find out exactly what happened. We could have a new Mr. Predictions. But regardless, before we go, I've been thinking about this recently. I took a hiatus from wrestling in 2013 to 14. About a little over a year, I stopped watching wrestling. I just got bored of it. I was like 13 years old, right? I was a kid. I felt like I had grown out of wrestling. And there wasn't really any particular reason why I did. I think I stopped watching after WrestleMania 29. It wasn't because Cena won the title from The Rock. I didn't like Cena at the time, but it wasn't because of that. It was just, I just felt like I was burnt out on it. I know there's other people who have had similar lapses in their wrestling watching, but there's a lot of people who have stopped watching wrestling completely because of something specific that happened, like Roman winning the Rumble or some shit like that. But for you, I don't know if you've had a similar experience where you stopped watching, but if you were going to stop watching wrestling, if you were going to stop watching WWE specifically, because I don't see you stopping watching AEW or wrestling entirely, but if you were going to stop watching WWE, what do you think would be like the nail in the coffin?
I really don't know. When Brock Lesnar won the Money in the Bank, I didn't watch for 2 weeks. And that was the only time I ever did anything like that.
Right.
But it's not like I didn't watch other wrestling besides, it was just WWE specifically. I didn't watch for 2 weeks because I was just like, I was mad. I was pissed off. Like,
Sure.
Oh my God, there's so many times with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar and stuff like that. I just end up being so pissed off, and it's like, oh my God, but I don't stop watching. Thing that would probably make me stop watching now, though, I feel like the worst has happened. We've had Brock Lesnar be world champion and never ever be there. Never ever be there. We've had Goldberg be champion and never ever be there. We had Goldberg and Brock Lesnar both being the world champions and never being there. And it's like, I guess if that happened again, but I'm not going to stop watching because there's other things besides the world title picture that matters. But yeah, I don't think I'd stop watching. I'd just be very mad and maybe spend more time on my phone than I normally would while watching Raw and SmackDown.
So if Brock Lesnar and or Goldberg won world titles again, that would maybe be the incentive?
Yeah, but I mean, I really wouldn't stop watching.
Right.
I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I'd still be excited. I mean, even through the whole Brock Lesnar reign and him never being there was still a bunch of other stuff that really mattered that I enjoyed and watched. But I think I'd just be really mad and probably do more texting than I normally would on a Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah. From the chat, Sebi says, if I'm still watching now, practically nothing will make me stop.
Exactly.
Boulevard Boy says, I feel like at this point wrestling can't even hurt me anymore. And that's basically the way I feel, because I did, like you said, I had considered stopping watching when Brock won the Money in the Bank. I considered stopping watching when Brock beat when he retained against Roman, even though I didn't like Roman when he at WrestleMania when he beat him in like 10 minutes and just was still the champion. That pissed me off. When Goldberg beat the Fiend, there's all these things, especially over the last few years, that have really dented my love for WWE. And wrestling as a whole, I can confidently say I'll never stop watching. I'll at least watch some sort of wrestling. WWE is the one that I would stop watching wrestling if I was going to stop watching any promotion. But for me, it's like I always kind of want to know what's happening in it. Not just, I mean, now that we've got FightGeist, I'll probably never stop watching, as long as the podcast goes. But even if there wasn't a podcast, I think I would always just at least have it on in the background because I want to know what's happening in the world of wrestling, I'm still somewhat interested in it. So,
Right.
But for me, if I have to say something, if Baron Corbin became involved in the world title picture again, if Brock Lesnar won the title again, and maybe the third one would be if a couple of people who I really liked left the company. If people like, if Seth Rollins left the company, if Johnny Gargano left the company, if there was a group, a cohort or whatever who left. Like there were a lot of people who left in the early 2010s who if I was watching at the time, I would have been really pissed at it. Like when CM Punk left, I wasn't watching at the time that he left.
Oh,
but
man.
if that happened now, I would be really pissed off and consider stopping watching because of that, because he would have been one of my favorites, But right now, that'd probably be the case. If somebody like a Seth Rollins or Johnny Gargano or Ciampa or if multiple people who I liked left the company, I would probably no longer be interested.
Really? Wow, that's interesting. So if there was like a promotion or promotions that I had to stop watching, if I had a gun to my head or something, it would probably be Chikara or bar wrestling.
Right. Would that be hard for you?
But wait, there's one thing I wanted to bring up.
Sure.
WWE now is TV14. On SmackDown, they had the TV14 little logo, not TVPG. And I think everything we wanted, everything that our heart desires in professional wrestling is happening. We have AEW doing great. We have WWE being great, and them going back to TV14. I mean, what else could you want?
So maybe we're on the upswing here. I don't know. Well, I guess time will only tell. But I want to read what Boulevard Bullies and Urka Jerk were saying in the chat. As far as this topic goes. What if you were forced to watch Undertaker wrestle as a shitty old man? Oh, wait. What if you had to witness bald Shawn Michaels? Oh, wait. What if Owen Hart died due to gross negligence? Oh, wait. What if a WWE employee was kidnapped and forced to work in the same week? Oh, wait. What if all your favorite wrestlers were molesters? Oh, wait.
Okay.
What if they were funding politicians? Such as, the current president? Oh, wait. What if they ruined Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, Nakamura? Oh, wait. So maybe we have no platform to stand on. Maybe we're just hypocrites? Maybe we're just... What's the opposite of fickle? I don't know. Daniel Bryan fans.
One more thing. Oh, you're there. Okay. Yeah, you kept cutting off. I don't know. I want to say one more thing. I like how Samoa Joe hates Seth Rollins, but he is still a heel commentator.
Right.
On Raw Talk, he had the heel's back. Like MVP, he had his back. Like, he's still a heel commentator, but he hates Seth Rollins. And I think that's the coolest thing ever.
It's pretty great. It's pretty great. So there's some upsides to WWE. There's definitely plenty of downsides, and we'll be here to cover all of them. I'm Jack Peterson. I'm Ajax. I'm Mr. Clean. I'm Sex Pack. I'm the man of 1,000 strongly worded wrestling opinions. I'm Al Wilson. And this week we talked about a lot. We predicted SummerSlam. We predicted TakeOver. I'm soon to be the new Mr. Predictions. You can't dispute that. It'll happen. Find out this weekend if that's the case. Find out next week. Same time, same place if that's the case. Where I'll be joined once again by the man across the internet.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Predictions. I'm Phil. I'm Too Sweet. I'm Prince Havoc. I'm Wilson from Castaway. And Jack, this was another great episode. And, you know, despite the technical difficulties, we made it through. We kept on pushing, and we did it. And these are our predictions. We only have, like, 4 that we disagree on, so that's going to be interesting. And me and you are 2 points away from each other. So, listen, every point matters. This is going to be quite the night in the Thunderdome.
It sure will. Hey, we're the Alternative Wrestling Podcast. We're the Thunderdome Podcast. Stay tuned.